Going on, your boy Yo Scruggs. Man, I can't wait to get a new phone. This phone not even old and already is. Anyway, I can't even do my camera the way I want to do it because this phone acting up. Anyway, so real quick topic. What's going on lately with the Tupac hate? I mean, I know we had Funk Flex a few years ago. Whack 100 always talking, doing what he do. But what's up with all of a sudden? First it was what was it? T Pain was first. Recently, now it was Will I Am. I guess trying to call themselves downplaying Tupac's impact. The things, how would Tupac had evolved in this culture? If he's as good as the rappers currently, or is his legacy overrated? Et cetera, et cetera. And I don't get it. Like, if you think about it, Tupac run was from 91 to 96, so 5 years. And look at the impact he had while he was alive, and even probably even more of an impact since he been dead. I mean, how many rappers that's still alive, that been alive this whole time, get talked about, referenced? People want to be like you had with Tupac. So when I hear people like Funk Flex and T Pain and all these people, Will I Am, and just regular people too that try to downgrade Tupac. I mean, we all got our own personal opinion on what music sounds good to us, what music don't sound good to us, or our opinion on how we think maybe an artist that passed away or stopped making music, how they would be, how they would evolve, if they'd be able to maintain the level they was at, gotten better, gotten worse, whatever. But I don't see that. That's a personal opinion whether you like their music or not. But I don't think you could deny the impact that somebody has had. I give you an example. Like, I'm not the biggest Drake fan. Like, I don't dislike Drake, but I don't like Drake either. It's like, he got some songs here and there that I like, but for the most part, that ain't my lane. So I don't. I've heard some stuff from Drake that I like. I've heard stuff I don't like, but for the most part, I'm not really checking for Drake. But when something come across from Drake that I like, all right, I like it. If it's something come across that I don't like, I don't like it. But one thing I would never, ever, ever, ever do is downpack the impact that Drake has had. I mean, Drake, you can't take away from everything he's accomplished. He's definitely changed the game in a lot of ways. So just because you're not personally a fan of somebody, that don't mean you could downgrade their impact. Same thing with Beyonce. Like, I'm not into Beyonce like that. You know what I mean? It's something. Same thing. Some of the music I like, some of it I don't. But I'm never really checking for Beyonce. But I would never try to. I would never say that Beyonce ain't a legend and don't have mad impact that's going to be talked about, long after she gone. So anything I could point to with these people that still hate on Tupac is pure jealousy. Like Will I Am, I mean, let's keep it a buck. Yeah, what was his group name? Black Eyed Peas. Yeah, they had a run, but they run wasn't even 5 years. I don't think. So maybe Will I Am is in that boat now, that category now. One of them artists is like, damn, people ain't checking for me no more. My name ain't in the spotlight no more. I probably ain't got nothing left in the bag to get back. And let's be honest. Me personally, I don't think the Black Eyed Peas music gonna be some shit that people talk about, 20, 30 years from now if they never make any more music. They got some songs you might hear on certain radio stations. You might hear, some sporting events, but they not like a group that people they not a group people reference. They not a group people really trying to emulate or copycat. So, and T-Pain, I like T-Pain music when he had his run, but at the same time, nobody checking for T-Pain no more. And I don't know if T-Pain, he probably got some songs that'll stand the test of time, but overall, I don't think his impact is nowhere near what Tupac's is. I mean, people out here getting Tupac tattoos all over the world, Tupac murals. The impact he had on stuff he said as far as black people, politics, women, some of that stuff we still talking about now, and he ain't even been around damn near 30 years. Hasn't even been alive almost 30 years. So only thing I can see is pure hate. And even with Drake, for some reason I've defended Drake online and in person sometimes. And I'm not even a Drake fan. It's not even my guy. You know what I mean? But it's like you can't deny the impact. I mean, you can say that in any genre. Even I'm trying to think of somebody else who's really big that I'm not really into. Well, it don't even matter. There's been plenty of people that's come along that I'm like, yeah, it's not for me, but I would never ever try to say they don't have the impact that they have. So Only thing I can say is it's pure jealousy and people doing it for clickbait. Some of these artists, they try and get their name back in the spotlight any way possible. It ain't necessarily even got to be with music or acting. They just figure, oh, let me say something crazy about, something that's off the grid or something that most people wouldn't say, and that's gonna get people searching. That's gonna get people talking about me, even if it's in a bad way. And as they say, um, all there's no such thing as bad publicity. All publicity is good publicity. So maybe that's why these people doing it. But I've noticed it, and maybe, and I'm guilty of this sometimes too. Maybe when somebody is too popular, sometimes you start to maybe subconsciously feel like, oh, I want to, maybe I want to talk down on them some because maybe they too big. But with Tupac, that just goes to show that people still talking about him this much, good and bad. That just shows the impact he had. I don't know. Y'all leave a comment, leave a message. Let me know what you think. Why do people feel the need to try to knock Tupac's legacy, or say he wouldn't be this or that? Even with Jay Z. Now Jay Z, one of my favorite rappers of all time, hands down. Arguably, to me, it's between him and Nas. They the best ever. But even I hear people all the time say, "Oh, well, if Big would have stayed alive, Jay Z wouldn't be as big." Like that make no sense to me. Like Jay Z still would have been great, and to me, Jay Z probably would have been even greater because Jay Z, Nas, Wu Tang, I think all them dudes would have been even greater had Big lived, because still sharp still. So the better the competition, it would have made them step their game up even more. So, and Jay Z and